Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet, Jan Michael here. Well, I've talked about Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor, Best Actress, so of course it makes sense to move over to the supporting performances next. Just like I did last month, I'm going to be ranking these 20 nominees, potential nominees, in the order that I'm most excited to see them at the Oscars. So I know you're going to take a look at the top and the bottom and go, oh, actually, they should be opposite. And I'm here to remind you, this is based on my excitement for them. If I were to do an actual list, they would obviously be ranked much differently. So just have fun with me on this one. These are my Oscar predictions for July of 2025. Number 20, Alicia Silverstone for the movie Begonia. I'm starting off my list with a couple of interesting picks. These performers are ones that I never thought would be in the same breath as the Oscars. So, I mean, come on, who saw Alicia Silverstone and go, oh yes, future Oscar contender? Not me, that's for sure. But I love it when performers do this. I think of like Demi Moore from last year, where it comes back after how long, especially the string of like bad films that she was in, and then all of a sudden just completely blows away your expectations, is a front runner, and you're rooting for her. Those are some great stories, and they sometimes lead to the biggest heartbreak. You see who ended up winning him. So, but again, you have this great trajectory. It's like a breath of fresh air almost. It's an actor we've known for such a long period of time, but it's a breath of fresh air, them coming back and showing what they could really do, and especially in the hands of a competent director, in this case, Yorgos Lanthimos. I have full faith he's going to be able to bring out the talents of Alicia, and yeah, maybe potentially get her into the Oscars. She's at the very bottom because there's other people that I am slightly more interested in, or ones that I know are just proven to be great actors and actresses that maybe haven't had their real chance at the win or at the nomination. But yeah, just because she's at my number 20 doesn't mean I'm not excited for her. There's a lot of people you're going to see being left off the list. So just making it on my list, that's saying something. Number 19, Gwyneth Paltrow for the movie Marty Supreme. So Gwyneth hasn't been around, at least in the Oscars, for quite some time. Her last nomination and win being for Shakespeare in Love, which a lot of people really dislike. While I do agree the win itself isn't the best, I actually really liked her character in the film. She's actually one of the things I enjoyed the most about that film. So I don't think it's necessarily a problem with like the performance or the character or what have you. I think it's more that she kind of steamrolled in and took that win that maybe people have a problem with. At least that's how I see it in my eyes. But with such a kind of sour taste on people's lips and mouth or surrounding that win, isn't it time for her to come back, give another amazing performance, and prove that that first one isn't just the Weinstein effect, like that she can hold her own and be a true contender? I think so. So I'm very excited to see what she's going to do here. This is Marty Supreme, one of the movies that people are really keeping their eye on. So if it ends up being huge, she could very well come along for the nomination. So that's why she makes my list. Again, there's other people I would like to see get in before her. But as of right now, I am excited to see what she does and potentially show that she can get into the Oscars. Number 18, Conan O'Brien for the movie If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. Conan O'Brien, okay. As soon as I saw some people mutter his performance in this film and it potentially being an Oscar contender, I was like, what? And that what alone is what's making him land on my list. Because again, I love it when you have those performers and you're like, yeah, that and Oscars couldn't be further from your mind. So the two meet and your brain kind of goes, what, really? And so you kind of get excited for it. I don't know what the film is about. I don't know if it's a horror film. By the way the title sounds, it sounds like it'd be a horror film. If it is, then obviously the chances are not great. But if it's not, if it's just a weird title, but it's still a drama, yeah, why not? Why not give consideration to good performers? So I don't really have much to say about this one other than the fact that it just flabbergasts me that you could put the two in the same sentence, apart from him, of course, hosting the obvious. But yeah, looking forward to seeing the movie now just because of this alone. Number 17, Tom Hiddleston for the movie The Life of Chuck. Speaking of actors that I didn't think would ever get Oscar nominations, Tom Hiddleston. No, this one does come with a little asterisk because while he is kind of front and center in the poster, so you would think he is the protagonist of the film, from what I understand, he's really only the protagonist in the kind of middle chunk of it. Obviously, it's a time lapse between one character and 3 points of his life. So the younger and the older version played by different actors. And it's just small little sections each. So would this be supporting or lead? I'm not quite sure. I could see people making the argument, well, he is the lead of his chunk, so he would go lead. And I could see the argument going, well, it's focusing on a multitude of people, and it's not always on him, so supporting. So I don't know. I can see both sides of the argument. Something in the back of my mind tells me they'll push him for lead, but I think that one's going to be a little bit tougher to get into. Supporting probably would help him out a bit more. But that being said, would he get in? I don't know. I haven't seen the movie yet. I know it's out in theaters. I've been kind of hesitant to go see it. The only reason I truly am fascinated to check it out is, first and foremost, for the dance number. I heard the dance number is fantastic. It just gets your blood pumping. It's the best moment of the movie. And second, to see Mark Hamill's performance, who I also hear gives a really great performance. So, spoiler alert, you're not done hearing about Mark. I will bring him up very soon. But yeah, I'm kind of dragging my feet on this one. Still, gotta talk about Oscar prospects, and yeah, Tom's on the list. He's made a couple of people's lists, so I gotta keep him in mind as well. Number 16, Jennifer Lopez for the movie Kiss of the Spider-Woman. Poor Jennifer Lopez, man. She really wants to get into the Oscars. She's gotten close. I think of the movie Hustlers a few years ago, where she was like this close to getting in. And since then, I mean, she's been trying. I think of, her performance in Precious. That one was really good. Obviously, completely outshined by the other two actresses. But you could tell she really, really wants it. So could this be the one to do it? I hear a lot of people are really singing her praises here. Pun intended, as all she's doing is singing and dancing in the film. And because of that, some people are not sure that it's going to be enough to get her in. But from what I understand, she's mesmerizing. She's completely changing the look in every single one of those dance numbers. So again, just because of that, I'm looking forward to seeing the movie. And yeah, it's, the whole singing and dancing prospect. I just saw the original Kiss of the Spider-Woman, and I'm quite interested to see what they changed from that version, especially with all the nuances of the lead performers, and now, of course, Jennifer Lopez. It's all singing and dancing. She's no longer an actress. That character is no longer an actress, if you will. So yeah, I don't know. I'm very much looking forward to seeing it. Again, feel really bad for her that she's trying. It's just she doesn't always pick the best projects, and when she does pick the best projects, I do think she's on the cusp, but she just kind of falls short. So this might be one of those gatekeeping things where they're telling her, hey, stay in your lane, maybe we'll consider you, but as of right now, no. So yeah, I think she really needs that role to really kind of shoot that door open and like rush through. I just don't know if this is it, but I'm excited for it. Number 15, Stellan Skarsgård for the movie Sentimental Value. This is one that I know you guys are going to be going, what? He should be in your top 5, and completely understand that he should be. If I was doing like a actual rankings, he probably would be in my top 5, or at the very least, like maybe top 6 or 7. But here's the thing. I didn't quite grow up with Stellan. Like, I'm aware of him, I'm aware of his presence in films. I've never been like one of those huge fans of his. Again, not that I dislike him or anything, but because of that, he falls a bit lower on my list, just because there's other people that I am more familiar with that I would like to see them get their flowers before him, if you will, right? And not that I'm against him, getting the acknowledgement. He's been around for so long without an Oscar nomination. That itself seems kind of criminal, but because I just don't have that personal connection, yeah, there's other people that I'm more excited to see. But that being said, I'm still very excited to see this. When I was talking about it last month, man, the reviews for Sentimental Valley were through the roof. This has quickly skyrocketed to some people's like number 2, number 3, number 1. People are predicting that movie now to win Best Picture. So yeah, of course, why wouldn't I also be excited to see the performers who, make the movie what it is? So yes, Officially, he would probably be in the top 5, 6, or 7. On a personal level, he's a little bit lower, but again, still excited to see him. Number 14, Delroy Lindo for the movie Sinners. Here is where I'm going to kind of differ with people, because while I do think Delroy is good in Sinners, I don't think he's amazingly great. And I'm trying to make this sound not like he gives a bad performance. He doesn't, right? He's entertaining. He can be comedic. He has good dialogue in the film. It stops short of being truly amazing. And so I'm kind of hesitant to even say he is a potential Oscar contender, because I think once you finally do go in and see it, if you're looking forward to his performance, you may come away disappointed. And again, I'm not trying to say he gives a bad performance. It's just the way that I came away from the film. Like, I heard good things about it, looked forward to it, and I'm like, oh, that's all he's got to do. Oh, okay, I guess. Yeah, he's good. So yeah, just that sentiment makes me think maybe that's going to translate to other people's thought, go on to the Oscars, and he doesn't make it. And I mean, like Da 5 Bloods, like his performance in Da 5 Bloods was incredible. He was like the best thing about that movie, and that one blows this performance like out of the water. And if he didn't get in for that one, I just don't quite see him getting in for this one. That being said, I would like to see him get in. Like, he's a talented actor, and he needs an Oscar nomination. He should have gotten in for the 5 Bloods. So if he at least gets in for this one, I wouldn't be upset. Again, it's a good performance. Underwhelming, yes, but it's not bad, and I wouldn't be upset if he does get in. Number 13, Elle Fanning for the movie Sentimental Value. This is the second time he's seeing Sentimental Value on here, and this time it's for Elle Fanning, who is coming hot off her role in A Complete Unknown, who, mind you, was very close to getting in for that role. So yeah, I think just coming straight off of that one into another really critically acclaimed film, I think she has a really good chance of getting in. And I mean, I think she was right on the cusp of getting nominated for this last role. So yeah, I think the stars are aligning just right. She's coming back really quickly. It's not like we're waiting, 3 to 4 years for her next performance. So yeah, I think she's doing exactly, or I should say, she is in the right place at the right time to get a nomination. Is it gonna translate into a win? I don't think so. And again, not to repeat myself, but there are other people I kind of would like to see get in first, but again, super excited to see that movie. And so because of that, those performers kind of jump up in my own personal list, just because, yeah, you hear good things about a movie, you get excited, and as a result, you get excited for the performances as well. So that's why she's on here. And yeah, again, just right place, right time. Number 12, Robert Pattinson for the movie Die, My Love. So I know that Robert probably doesn't have a great chance of getting into the Oscars. I mean, that film really is, as I understand it, more of a psychological thriller, which really isn't the Oscars' cup of tea. I mean, if it gets in for anything, it's going to be more for that lead performance. So Robert, sadly, will probably have to sit out of the proceedings this time. But that being said, there are still enough people that are talking about him, like trying to keep his name out there in the universe for the potential of him getting into the Oscars, so I'm going to include him in my list. And I do think Robert is somebody that has proven time and time again that he's willing to take risks, chances, and give really interesting performances. Like, I think he should have at least gotten one nomination by now. So this is probably going to be another one that falls under the radar, which is a shame, but I can hold on to hope in this regard that he surprises and that movie does end up being the Oscars cup of tea, right? I know it's probably not going to, but the potential is there. So he's making it on my list. I really would like to see him nominated. If he does, obviously probably won't go on to win, but come on, he needs at least a nomination at this point in his career. Number 11, Michael Cera for the movie The Phoenician Scheme. Here's another one that probably isn't going to get into the Oscars. I think The Phoenician Scheme has kind of already died down in the Oscar buzz, though again, people are still trying to keep certain names and elements of the film alive in hopes of Oscar contention. So since that's still happening, I still see that, I'm going to include Michael because I really like him as an actor. Honestly, he's done some roles that have resonated with me. I was the right age at the time that I saw him in those roles. I always think of like Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I think of his role in Arrested Development. He just does so much interesting work. It's not always a typecast role of him playing like that nerdy person. Yes, that is a majority of what he does, but again, he does other things as well. And yeah, I think he's a talented individual. So I would love to see him get an Oscar nomination. I think as time goes on, the odds of it happening for this film are dropping, but a lot of people are saying he's one of the best things about the film, and if he does get in, very worthy. So of course I'm going to include him on my list because I would love to see him get in. Number 10, Emily Blunt for the movie The Smashing Machine. I've said this the last 2 months, I'm gonna say it again. People are saying The Smashing Machine is not gonna be an Oscar contender, and all I can say is, how? I'm gonna drop it there. Anyway, Emily, fresh off her nomination for Oppenheimer, this, based on the trailers, looks to be another fantastic performance. And once you got one nomination in the bag, it's typically the opening of the door for you to get others. So yeah, I can easily see her being amongst the lineup. If it wasn't for those rumblings, like, I'd be 100% confident that she would get in again. But yeah, I mean, the rumblings are what are making me pause there. But would this be, let's say the rumblings weren't there, would this be the performance that would go on to net her the win? Probably not. The movie does give a lot of like the Wrestler type of vibes, which I love the movie The Wrestler. But as you know, the performances there didn't go on to win. They were close. At least one of them was close. But yeah, that didn't happen. So maybe a similar trajectory there. But again, more Oscar nominations is not bad. It's just setting the pavement for your eventual win. And I do think Emily has an Oscar win in her future. So that's all I can say about this one. Number 9, Andrew Garfield for the movie After the Hunt. Andrew's one of those actors that I think has like the Leo effect. Like, no matter what film I see him in, I'm always aware that it's Andrew Garfield. And I do think he plays the emotions very well. Again, similar to Leo, where he can cry, he can be dramatic, he can, be rageful, he could be heroic. He plays the emotions well, but in the end, I'm always just seeing Andrew there. And because of that, maybe an Oscar victory is gonna be harder for him, kind of like Leo. Like, he's gonna have to wait for the right place, the right time type of situation, which is a shame. But I do think he has talent behind those emotions, behind the personalities, if you will, where he could get to that right place, right time. Is this the right place, the right time? I don't know. I don't dislike the actor. Again, it's just something that I don't think he can help. It's just he has too much of a recognizable face. But if he's worthy of it, I'll be rooting for him. Just like Leo, I think when he does specific roles, comedic aspects in Leo's, he shines more than others. So maybe that's what Andrew needs. He just needs the role where, yes, you can't like see the character, you just see him, but it's just undeniable that character, the personality is just so enjoyable that you want to just give him the win. So fingers crossed this is the one, but I just don't know. Number 8, Hailee Steinfeld for the movie Sinners. Sinners is back on my list, this time for Hailee Steinfeld. And honestly, what a performance, man. I mean, I don't think I've followed her career. I remember seeing her in True Grit and going, oh yeah, she did a really good job there. And then, for me anyway, kind of fell off the face of the earth. Like, I heard little rumblings of her being in things here and there, but I don't think I saw anything she was in up until now, Sinners. So yeah, what a way for me to be reintroduced to her. And it couldn't be further personality-wise from that last time I saw her. Obviously, she's grown up since then. But man, it's a good, like, dual performance, if you will. She starts off as one thing, becomes another thing, and just the whole tonal shift of it from one personality to the next is amazing to see. I think that's one of the biggest boosts you can see in terms of the performances in the film, is that you do have to have almost two personalities. You're playing two characters. I mean, in the event of Michael B. Jordan, he is playing two characters. So yeah, there's all this like duality, like overall theme to it, and it's amazing. And then because of that, it does show off some great performances. So I really would like to see her back at the Oscars. I don't think it'll be enough for the win, unfortunately. I mean, unless everything else sucks. But yeah, I would definitely say she is worthy of the nomination. Number 7, Miles Caton for the movie Sinners. I mentioned this in the last predictions video, but I'm always on the lookout for new talent. And while Miles isn't exactly brand new talent, he's still very early on in his music and movie career. So yeah, I almost would consider him new talent. I imagine a lot of people's first introduction to him is going to be in this film. And man, what a great first role for him. Man, he just knocks it out of the park. When you come away from the film, you definitely remember a lot of the impact that he had. And it's strange because, yeah, when you look at it, it's almost like him reacting to the scenes around him. But keep in mind, he's the thing that everybody wants in the movie. Like, he's the one that, like, people have opinions of what he should be, what he shouldn't be doing. He's like, not to like objectify him, but he's like the MacGuffin almost, right? He's the one that starts off that mesmerizing scene, the scene that everyone says is the best scene of the film. Like, he's front and center. Like, he's kind of like almost the heart of the picture. And yeah, man, that acting, like, his look of terror, his look of excitement, his singing chops, good lord, he like knocks it out of the park. A great first role. He should be very proud of that one, because people would kill for that great first role. And he needs to get into the Oscars. I definitely think he should get nominated. Again, probably not win. It's his first one. He's still very young. But I definitely think this is a great first just kind of stone for him to like step on and move on to the next level. So I definitely see a lot of glory for him in the future. And I guess it all begins here with Sinners. That's all I got to say. Number 6, Ayo Edebiri for the movie After the Hunt. I really like this actress. Like, she just has this, I don't know, aura about her that whenever she's on screen, you just can't help but pay attention and just be excited for what she's gonna do next. Like, she's funny, she can be dramatic. I mean, especially in The Bear, she has moments where I'm like, whoa, where did that come from? So I do think that in time, she is gonna be an Oscar winner. I think a lot of people in The Bear are actually kind of now spreading out and showing that it's not just, hey, this is the only thing I can do. I can do also all this other stuff as well. So how awesome would it be to see her and to see Jeremy Allen White like nominated at the same Academy Awards? That'd be freaking cool. So yes, crossing my fingers. I don't know if this is going to be the role. I don't know too much about her role or what she's going to do, I should say, performance-wise in the film After the Hunt. But yeah, I mean, that'd be definitely one of the coolest things to talk about if she were to get nominated. Number 5, Mark Hamill for the movie The Life of Chuck. How does Mark not have an Oscar nomination, like at this point in his career? At the very least, producing credits, right? You would think he'd at least have one, or at least like an honorary Oscar, which, like, when I looked it up, he'd even have that. Like, I'm just flabbergasted by this. So as soon as I heard that he is giving an Oscar-worthy performance in The Life of Chuck, I was like, yes, you hold on to that. Don't let that go. He's got to get in. Will he? Of course, I don't know. It's early on in the year, and the film's release makes me think that it's going to be forgotten by the time we get to the Oscars, but you never know. You never know. It could very well still happen. I'm crossing my fingers. He's really high up on my list, so you can see how much I'm really hoping that ends up being a reality. But I'm also scared. This is actually probably the one that I'm most scared of. Is just gonna be forgotten, which is a shame. But yeah, how does he not have an Oscar nomination? Come on, at least give him an honorary one. Number 4, Mia Goth for the movie Frankenstein. This is the one that is really just all personal. Like, after I saw Mia's performance in Pearl, that fucking fantastic monologue, that ending monologue, that, man, it stays with you. I knew this is an actress that has to get an Oscar nomination and potentially a win. I think her being in Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein is a good shot of her getting it. Now, obviously, I don't know really what role she's fully going to play here. Is she going to be able to give another outstanding dialogue, monologue again, anything of that nature? I truly don't know. But just putting those two names together fills me with hope. So while I think people maybe kind of mention her here and there, they're just not putting her anywhere on their list as of right now. So I hope to beat them to the punch. I hope to be right. And yes, I do think she needs an Oscar nomination and a win. If not this year, then at least sometime in the future. Number 3, Ariana Grande for the movie Wicked for Good. So while I am kind of scared that Mark may not get in on the male side of things, I'm kind of scared that Ariana's not going to get on the female side of things, which is a huge shame because, I mean, overall, number 3, that's pretty damn good. So I've heard that while Cynthia's character is definitely going to be growing as the story progresses in the second half, Ariana's doesn't really transform all that much. I don't know if that's true. I've not seen the play. I really don't know anything about how the story's going, apart from, obviously, I've watched Wizard of Oz, so I know where it eventually goes in that regard. But in terms of character growth, in terms of character moments, I truly don't know. So if I'm taking that into consideration, then yeah, maybe she doesn't get another nomination, which is a shame because, my God, like, that first film, it is comedic genius. Like, if it wasn't for her, I don't think I would have liked that movie nearly as much. So that's why I'm hoping that she does perform, or they give her more to do if it is the case that she just doesn't get any more growth. At least enough changes in there that she's still prominent, that you still really like her, that you're still laughing at what she has to say. And if there are emotional moments, maybe that just slight push into making you emotional. I know the first one already did that, but even more emotional, or make emotions to people that weren't emotional, will be that kind of tipping point to finally get her the win. So yeah, all possibilities. I just don't know if they will happen. Number 2, Glenn Close for the movie Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery. So this is another really just personal thing of mine. Apart from writing, like, the Knives Out movies really aren't huge Oscar contenders, there's been talk about the performances getting in beforehand. It's not like they're not worthy of getting in. They just kind of fall short of it, and then eventually just kind of forget about it. And that's probably going to be the case with Glenn Close. But come on, out of everybody that I talked about today, look at those fucking nominations. She should have a win by now. And why not give it to her for a fun performance, which I definitely think this is going to be. Is sometimes the fun performance, sure, may not be the most impactful, but it's the one that you remember because you had fun with it. You remember fun things. So all that is to say, Glenn needs an Oscar, so give her one. And if this is for a good performance, just give it to her. Just do it. It's like a band. It won't hurt. It won't hurt. Just do it. Number 1, Adam Sandler for the movie Jay Kelly. I'm pretty sure this is everybody's number 1, and for damn good reason. Like, look, we've all grown up with Adam Sandler. Like, even if you're, like, super old, it feels like you've grown up with Adam Sandler. And yeah, like, I get that he's primarily a comedic actor, so you may not think Oscars with him, but just looking at his career, there are moments that he's given some fantastic performance. He's shown that he's not just a comedic actor, that he can do so much more. Like, he could make you hate him, right? He can make you, like, really sympathetic towards him. He could deliver really good dialogue. He can make you, he can make you emotional. He can make you upset. He just has so much range. And I think because everyone just thinks of him as a comedic actor, they kind of dismiss it whenever his name and the Oscars get brought up, which is a shame. I think that's also what happened with, like, Jim Carrey as well. It's like you can't separate the two. But when you really look at the filmography, it's there. It's there. It's proof. This isn't whoa, where did this perform? This came out of nowhere. No, it's been there in his career. So it's such a shame. I really would have liked to have seen him get in for Uncut Gems. He didn't even need to win. He just needed to get nominated. And here, like, I'm rooting for him to not only get the nomination, but to get the win. He's had a fascinating career, and he's proven himself. Again, this is not, where did this come from? He's already proven himself. So yes, if this is, like, his stand-up performance, like everybody is saying it is, fucking give him the win. He's number one, not just in my own personal list, but if I were doing an official one, he would be number one there as well, which I'm sure, as I said, many people are already doing. So that's all I got to say. It's going to be heartbreaking if he misses again. And ladies and gentlemen, that is all I have for you for this video. Now, obviously, there's a lot of performances I left out. I could easily have made this 30-40 list, 50 if I want to include everybody who's coming out in every movie ever. I'm not going to do that. I just wanted to include the ones that I'm the most excited for. But yes, we've had our fun these last 3 months. I think it's now time for my full-on list. Yeah, I'm ready. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit messy, and I'm still going to have fun with it. We're still in the early months of the Oscar. It's always Oscar season, but I really like to have fun during the early predictions, just because it gets so serious towards the end that, you know, you gotta throw curveballs, right? Make a reason for people to want to watch your video, not just the same thing over and over and over again. So join me for that next one next month, everybody. And until then, stay safe out there and have a good one.